Like Chael Sonnen. So first things first, I love that whoever did this misspelled Chael's name right there. That was just so awesome. I've played with no. Oh, you do ground fuck fighting. I mean, but at the same time, the groundwork in a real life situation is the safest way to protect myself from A, getting hurt, because I don't want anyone to just punch me in the face and knock me out. Do they get choked out or submitted? Does who get choked out or submitted? Like, when we're training? Yeah. Everybody gets choked out and submitted. It's been a long time since I have been consistently. But, yeah, anybody can be caught. Jiu-jitsu is that good, man. Jiu-jitsu is that good. There we go. Let's look at this reversal Chael hits right in the beginning. This is what made me look at this. So first things first, Chael, he's getting underhooked. He has the overhook here. One. He's getting, look how he steps, look at, and he's getting valley dropped. 100% valley dropped here. One. So while he's going down, look, he's going to step out wide, and then he's going to just turn the hip. Look how he just bridges, looks over his shoulder, dig, and he's doing this to Babalu Sobral. And Babalu Sobral is no slouch of a wrestler either. In fact, I'm pretty sure in Brazil he was like what we would consider a Division I wrestler in America. I think our wrestling is generally a little high level, but still an amazing wrestler. So he hits the ground. His foot hits the ground. Look at that. He's going to bridge, look over his shoulder, and just kind of comes and looks over towards the overhook. And he's actually able to reverse this. And literally, I mean, for the most part here, the last possible second. Look at where he is right here. Nine out of 10 people are finishing this takedown. Just this is the one time Chael actually turns it over. He ends up going into his guard, which is a bad idea, but I think I need Kimura side control and a guillotine. I mean, as far as any side control, if you just want side control, you can be going for the Kimura. Yeah, the guillotine. Learn to sprawl first and get the guillotine later. I mean, Chael just picture perfect here. Level change, steps. Look at the angle he changed though. Look at this foot here. This is beautiful here. One, because he's not in the proper angle right here. He's going to change the angle of his front foot. There you go. Look, now the knees come in between. His head's driving. Bam, blasts. And look at this, like, so this is off the sprawl. So he blasts. The guy properly gets the underhook, puts his hips in, and look, hits the inside outside. It does it again. This was Matt Serra's like main takedown too. He loved this one. One up. Has the overhook. He's gonna hook on the inside here, and he's gonna really just pull this elbow to the ground. Look, his whole body weight drops to the side. Bam, gets him down. Does it again here. Now he's doing it. So now it's the same exact one, but now he actually is gonna have his hands together. He's just gonna grab, reaches in, and then watch how his body's gonna arch towards it. See, that's beautiful leverage right there. Look at that arch in his back right now. Like this is like picture perfect leverage. Here's where his foot is. Looking, like, watch the way his curves in. So that means, like, look, if we draw the line down this guy's body, most of Chael's weight is on the side of the fall, and that's the key there, right? So especially with this one here, and this is so this is one of those ones that are like kind of advanced basics, where it's just if you learn to put your body in the right spot, you can do it. But you will end up in half guard here. I mean, you will end up in close guard most of the time. Nice. This is nice here. Grab. Let's go back here. 1, 2. Has the snap down. Reaches for the low ankle pick while he's actually being sprawled on. Like the guy. Well, actually, no. This is a single leg defense. He's sprawling. The guy's going for the single leg. He grabs this cross ankle pick as a defense, and then once he goes down, you see him grabbing that front headlock. So my meathead friend is way stronger than me, but when I did side control on him, he couldn't push his arm out, and I could feel him tensing up. So, well, that's the thing. So if you don't train to get up, you cannot get up. It's for somebody who has an okay idea how to keep someone on the ground, with their body. If you can get chest to chest and you can kind of like control them a little bit, and someone has never trained how to get up, I mean, it's a very frustrating thing for somebody who's new to it. Nice. 1, 2. It's all about, it's like being a crab on its back. 100%, yeah, especially if you've never trained it. I mean, Sonnen, again, level change. Takes the shot into the chest here. I've seen him do that before. Eventually that gets him in danger. Look how he extends his front leg here. Goes to trip on the... Goes for that outside trip. And then just drives his head over. Look how he's running here. Look how, like, his leg is on the ground here. He just runs over himself. Just scissors those legs to get on top. Like, just absolutely spectacular there. Good. I mean, this is the nicest takedown in my opinion. Why? Because he lands inside control. The guy does it, and he looks to get the double overs, gunner bridge, trying to throw Chael over. Because Chael's on his shoulder here, he goes over the shoulder, hits that bridge position, one, and then just starts turning over the shoulder. I mean, this is wrestler 101 here. You're not going to throw a wrestler over like that, but nice. I like this here, too. As far as basic, remember you talked about yesterday about Wyman's hip control? Yeah, it was a beautiful bridge. Here's something you could think of, like if you get that hip control, just go a little forward. If you get the hip control, as long as one of your arms is the under, I mean, all he's going to do here is just stepping in front, trying to turn him over. And the reality is he's not going to take down. He's just putting his hands on the mats, getting behind him. And there's nothing wrong with this. I mean, in a lot of in almost all tournaments, you don't get points for this. But I don't care personally. I got it to the ground. Your hands are in front of you. They're not coming at me. Here's another one where he just. Here's another one. Here's another one of those. This one's a little more tricky than it looks. He's driving here. He's getting sprawled on. And watch how he's gonna stand up and he's gonna start coming around him. See? So he's actually leveraging over the guy's hips here, which is why he ends up landing on the other side. A little more technical, but nice, beautiful takedown. Again, young Chael Sonnen was dominant with the wrestling. Nice. Now let me just take a little moment here. He's taking on Jeremy Horn here, who, I mean, himself is right, is a wonderful, wonderful ground guy, phenomenal guard. But I mean, not an easy dude to take down here. He keeps getting under things, puts the knee to the center. Look how he cuts the angle to make the knee point between the legs, and then he drives. Look how that front leg is pushing. Big hips. Since his takedowns, can we break down Chris Weidman's takedowns? I was looking for like a couple good ones. We might have to do it next week, but yeah, we definitely got to get it done. It's not what I wanted. I'll try and find one right now. We'll look for it afterwards. I was trying to find a nice video with the one I was looking for. He cuts the angle, makes a 180. Yeah, no, he does. It's insane. Sonnen doesn't get enough credit for how good his takedown game was here. I agree. He doesn't get enough credit. I mean, part of it is that I've seen him talk about it where he talks about how his issues mentally in the super high, like when he would get to the pinnacle where he's going to be competing for something, how he would get caught in things, and he believed it was his own head getting in the way. Because there's a lot of times, like, he should have beat Anderson Silva. He should have.
Chael Sonnen, the superior wrestler. He's got a hold of him. He's going for a ride. Bam!
Puts himself in that guillotine range.
Pushing for that takedown. And you know what? That's the difference in the fight.
I mean, that. See, here's what we could see. So I'm gonna pull some Masvidal in a little bit. But this takedown here is something that Kamaru Usman does. Grabs tight, puts his knee in the center, picks him up, turns him away from the cage with getting that grip underneath the hip line, turns him, puts him on the back. And this is one of the few ways I've seen Masvidal get taken down. And this is kind of a crazy takedown here. He's against the cage. Is this an underhook? Oop, let's go back. I don't even think this is an underhook here. He's getting under here, so it's like, yeah, he probably has the under here slightly. He's got here. He's able to drop down, reaches for the high crotch, and then just starts turning. Look how he stomps the floor, drives his head into the shoulders. He did have the unhook. And basically hits like a classic body slam. And this is all head control, the way he's moving his head. Just had a great variety of take. Yeah, he did. He really did. It wasn't like he was a double leg guy, single leg guy. He just back and forth, defensive wrestling, just really good stuff here. Look how he just gets the high crotch. Look how he uses his head into the shoulders, stomps the ground there. Like that little extra stomp right there is super key. One, stomps, use the head to turn him down, and just running him to the ground. Gets on top.
Look at this.
Nice mat return here. Gets behind hips. There you go. This is something you'll see at a Wyman here. So one. So notice here, hips. He's got his hips underneath him. When Chael's back, I call him Sonnen, Chael. Chael's back here. Look, back on the face on his back. I actually prefer to put my chin there, but that's a different story. But look how his legs here. Look how he's going to step his legs underneath between. When he does this, all right, this is the key. So Chael has both legs on the outside of his leg. So now when he starts hipping through, you're going to see his leg come between and out. See? That means his foot's off the floor. That means now that he's got him up in the air, he can start turning him. Look how his whole body is going to turn to the ground. And he was trying to put him on his back, but obviously the person's going to catch themselves. And he's just going to get on the back here. He goes to turtle. And he's just dominating from there. And follows get. Oh yeah, 100%. Like again, we're not looking, in my mind, for the most part. I'm not looking to necessarily get a clean takedown. When I do a takedown, I have two goals. I have one goal. I don't want to be in their guard. All right, I don't want to take someone down and be in their closed guard. I don't really open guards. I don't want to be in their closed guard. That's my one goal. My second goal is I don't care if I get points. So I just want to get to ground. And I actually kind of prefer to put someone's hands and feet on the mat because then they can't be hitting me. All right, so I'm not worried about getting punched right there. I think too much takedown points and accept top guard position. Yeah, I agree. I would actually much rather get no takedown points and put someone on their hands and knees and just be in turtle. 100% of the time, I'll take that over being caught in someone's closed guard. Closed guard's dangerous. Ooh, Okami swinging. Chael getting underneath here.
Amateur wrestlers.
And here we go. Here's a beautiful. Here's just a beautiful angle cut here, circling down. Basically 360'd him, corkscrewed him to the ground. And actually, look at that little end here too. 1, 2. Especially now, I mean, you think in MMA, you thinking somebody wants to stand up. Watch how he's going to grab that wrist here. I mean, they don't finish it there, but he grabs the wrist, drives him down. Double, single, body coming behind him. I mean, this is like, and there's, I mean, what Tom was talking about before, just the variety of attacks he has, the variety of wrestling he does is just prevalent right here. Single leg. I mean, Okami does a good job of getting the undercut. Okami was strong, people saying. Looks for the inside-outside trip as well. Okami does get away. Chael now comes back up to the single leg. From the single leg, goes up to the body lock. That's why he's reaching around the hip line. Okami's trying to come away. Chael just getting behind him. And even right there, look how he's just following him, keeping the chin on the back. And this is what I mean by I don't care if I get him to the ground. This is fine. I'm cool with this position right here. Being on the back. I don't need points. I just want to be on the ground, grappling in a position where I can't be hurt. Closed guard popping up in every tournament now. 100%, man. Closed guard is... The meta's going back to closed guard because people got so good at speed passing and explosive passing that they kind of took a step back, I think, from that low pressure passing, which, I mean, you see Lovato and them starting to bring back. And I think it's because of the meta changes. Double, high crotch. Look, here we go. Yeah, it's that beautiful high crotch here. So, double. Look how the hand's through here. He's going to bring his hips forward, like drops his hips, comes in. See, there you go. That's that hip in I was talking about. So first, so complete awareness. One, puts him against the cage. Now the reality is the takedown he's about to do, he cannot do in this angle because he would just put him into the cage. So first he gets the high crotch, he steps in, and now he's going to change the angle. One, pulls him away, and uses that high crotch to peel him out. And now he's going to prick his head in. And now he's going to step those legs in we said before, where he steps both feet in. Make sure Okami's leg. So we have make sure Okami's legs in between. So this way, when he drives his hip through, Okami is basically sitting on hip. So here's Chael's hip line. Here's Okami's hip line. He's basically sitting on Chael. His tail starts arching his back, looking up, and he's gonna. And with the grips he has, so it's one over, one in the high crotch. When he picks him up, he's naturally gonna twist him to the ground. Whoop, come on. And puts him down. Yep. And again, just gets his hands to the floor, more like a mat return than an actual takedown. But I'm totally cool with the mat return. His arm on the single leg threading through. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of calling it a high crotch and not just like a single leg. He did here for the double leg. He had the open mat. Yeah, he did. Again, so his background, Team Quest. I think he did a lot of freestyle wrestling, but Team Quest for the most part. You're talking Randy Couture, Dan Henderson. Those guys are mostly, they had a higher Greco-Roman background, so he was definitely learning high crotches. And I think he, again, talking about that multiple and truly broad spectrum takedowns aspect he had, it just added onto it. It's beautiful work from him. He's starting to look a little older. Definitely starting to look older. Starting to look like the Chael we know. Ooh. Again, this is the takedown I don't like here. We see, oh God, I can't remember his name. Photocard Almeida. Made a beam for the title. Hinge Ben. I can't remember his name. Either way. But he ends up in close guard here. And now he has to fight off the guillotine. And that's something I really don't want. But again, Chael had a lot of flying knees to the shoulder. Like, even right here, like, here, you can see his whole body gets rattled here. And then he's just going to pick him up. So now he has the hip line. Gets actually knocked back a little bit here. But look at this. Look at these hips. Look at this turn. Bridges over the shoulder. Dude had an amazing bridge. Keeps the underhook. Hand to the floor. Starts getting up. We see him trying to take the back on him. But he's going to keep the hips over. Puts him down again. Marquardt. Knee Marquardt. There we go. Oof. Gets underneath. Double. Look, I like the way he peels him away here. Again, we've talked about before about like when you hit that wrestling concept, you really want to spin. I mean, this is like literally, this is old school Gracie Jiu-Jitsu here. Hits the leg one, drops underneath, misses, comes in now. It's a little more than old school Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. It's just super technical wrestling. Steps up 1, 2. So now traditionally, you'd be stepping and driving your head here, but Chael, watch, he's going to switch directions and bring him back where he was. I mean, and that's kind of slick here. And that's something special, that's for sure. His angle change there is, his direction change there is strong. That's that low ankle pick we were talking about before. One hits the double. Then he look at the hand between. Look how deep that hand is, right? That's what he was noticing before. Now he's gonna grab with a low ankle pick. Then comes over the back, drives him down. It really was. He definitely used the cage to give a little bounce. Randy Couture would talk about that, how he'd like to drive someone against cage, and when they'd bounce, he'd like pull the hips out. And if you watch, you can actually see him do it a couple times. It's pretty cool. I mean, you gotta give Silva credit. He's constantly recovering guard here. This is beautiful here. So we see Silva getting up. Chael's kind of in butterfly guard right here, but he gets that grip around the hip. Look, he just turns, and watch how he's gonna just start facing the ground. This is that we've talked about this this S position here. He gets to that S position. He starts rolling over that leg. Just beautiful hips. Look at coming up, driving down. Looking at the floor, he's looking where he wants to go, gets his chest to the ground, ends up on top. Anderson Silva right there. I mean, that was tough. Anniversary. Isn't this the anniversary of Silva's first loss? Is it? Is this when Wyman actually took him out? Here we go. So here we go. So now he's got an over-under. He's reaching for the one. This is Brian Stan. Again, a solid wrestler here as well. Here's that deep high crotch, right? Here we go. So underhook, high crotch, steps around. We talked about that stomp. Uses his head to drive Brian Stan down and drops Stan in. Just a wonderful takedown right there. If there's any takedown if I could learn and really master from Chael Sonnen, that's the one I would want to take personally. Good hips, good mat return. Here you go. Again, here's that hip thing you were talking about here. One, just grabs the hip, pushes his hip through Stan, just arches, and basically the moment he gets Stan's feet off the floor, he just starts facing the ground, and then bam, gets behind him. Beautiful double leg off the leg kick. Can't really talk to him here. So one of the reasons you see him doing this here, look, first he's peeling off the cage. We talked about why he's doing that. The finishes against the cage, so he's going to take him away. But this is here, nice posture here. Keeps Brian Stan's legs closed, and now it's going to be really hard for Stan to actually close the guard on him. Look, he's still looking up, still hipping forward. He's basically dropping Stan's head as low as possible so that he can get his feet in front of him. And now he's able to swing those to the side. Look how he's even reaching deeper here, getting a tighter, more gable grip, not being palm to palm. Going wrist to wrist, and he finishes that takedown in side control. Again, nice. Beautiful. 1, 2, gets underneath. Overhook, gets that single leg. This is the underhook. Drives him down. Let's look at this trip here. Again, we've seen him do this trip before. Ever under's got his hands clasped together, comes for the outside hook, drives it down. We know all of his weights on this side. We've seen him do it from the back. It was really nice. I mean, he's doing this to Michael Bisping, who himself was a solid wrestler. No slouch there. Driving the shoulder in. See how he's cutting around towards the corner. Not letting Michael Bisping stay on the cage there. Taking his hip away from it. Bisping trying to get back to the cage to wall walk. Drives him down. Just all around great work from Sonnen here. Oof. It really is a good power double here too. Yeah. You got him? If you want to get him. Just really cuts the angle. I mean, and Silva actually has double unders here. He is driving him down. It's just no matter what he does, he just cuts and he's just going to start running him around in a circle. Big 100, like almost a 360. And then he does a weird spinning back fist and gets punished for it. Oh, reverse Shogun. Oh, beautiful belly to belly. And you know what it is? We hadn't seen him do this before because we hadn't seen anyone drive on him. But now he's going to look over the shoulder, hips, underhook towards. Still has the hands clasped together. Lands in half guard. Is that it?